We are back with another Marvel Legends UK action figure review. Today we are going to be looking at the Havoc and Polaris 2-pack from Hasbro. Here we go. So here we are back with another review. We are going to be taking a close look at the 2-pack containing Havoc and Polaris from the X Factor outfits, or the X Factor team attire. We have already had a Polaris and a Havoc in more modern day look. This I actually ordered the other day off Amazon, funnily enough. Those of you within the UK, you know how difficult it actually is to try and determine which retailer is going to get the Marvel Legends in first in order to get a review up or to get them in hand early. For some reason this one was shared to me via the group by NB Pascal, also known as Toytelica. Sent me the link to say that the X-Men 2-pack for Marvel's Havoc and Polaris are now in stock over on Amazon. I had a look on Friday, ordered it was here today, which is now the Tuesday, so that was quite a quick turnaround. It's still, as of this day, in terms of delivery time, it's not landed with any other retailer in the UK as far as I'm aware at recording this video. So Amazon are the first to actually get this in and distribute to the UK within the UK, funnily enough. Just taking a quick look at the packaging, as you can see we've got some retro X-Men, Havok down the side, Polaris down the side as well, nice spot varnish on the top for the new 90s look X-Men, with the nice fuchsia pink. Again, we've got the same images down the opposite side of the spine, nothing on the bottom of the box, and then on the back we have got the images of the old trading cards, if you can see. So I didn't actually collect these back in the day, but I've also got some of these trading cards with the most recent run of X-Men comics as well, so maybe the trading cards is something that they're actually considering bringing back. As you can see here, we've got the 80 years logo to right hand corner. Bit of a bio on both Havoc and Polaris. I'll throw them up if you want to read it, pause it now. And then what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to crack these out of the box, have a closer look at the articulation. Some of these pieces we have seen before, and then I'm going to have a look at this figure in particular because I have got a single on order with Toys R Us to do something a little bit different with the body, which I will go into more detail later on in the review. So here we have both figures fresh out of the packaging, and on first impressions I'm really impressed so far. Bog standard basic book figures, but obviously with the accessories and the new paints, plus the couple of new accessories such as the jacket on Havoc, you have got a really nice little 2-pack. With the 2-pack, obviously we do get a few accessories. We get the power effects, which we've seen before for the likes of Magneto, Wonder Man. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, we've had so many different renditions and colours of these over the last couple of years. They are the same effect, just painted in 2 different colours. It doesn't say on the box, but I'm assuming it's green for Polaris and obviously yellow for Havoc. Different ways of attaching the powers to the figures is obviously you use this little hook to go over the forearm of the figure to then obviously give the effect that they are using the powers, which I will do a couple of display shots later on. Then we've got a couple of interchangeable hands for Polaris. So they are just a couple of fisted hands. Again, nothing new there. We've seen these on the most recent Danny Moonstar. So nothing new there. A couple of close fisted hands which come separate to the actual figure. Moving on to Polaris herself, she comes with the open hands, which seem a little bit loose on my figure. Could just be this figure, not necessarily right across the way. Sometimes you do get that where some joints are looser than others. It's not usually a problem right across board, but quick demonstration of swapping out the hands. So we've got nice fisted hand there for Polaris now, and again just to demonstrate the power effect, just hooks over as such. Nice and easy. The green looks really well contrasted against the hair as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's I like how the green as well bounces off the blue and yellow of the costume. So for display purposes or for ACBA shots, that's going to be a really cool colour. Moving on to the figure itself, as you can see, we've got a brand new head sculpt with the most 90s ridiculous hair when it comes to an animated character. This is, from what I can tell, all brand new. Is a solid but soft plastic, so if you wanted to obviously get a bit of bend there, you can. It's not pure plastic or pure rigid, there is a little bit of give in there. As you can see how the hair flows down. We've got multiple shades in the actual hairstyle itself, all looking really well. Obviously when we move on to the face sculpt, she is beautiful. The eyes are straight, which is one thing I always worry about when I get a figure, whether or not she's got a bit of a wonky eye. The lipstick looks pretty cool as well, nice green lips. This green is a little bit darker than the other Polaris, which we'll do a side-by-side comparison with that as well. And we've got the nicely painted X Factor emblem on the chest of the figure. Let's move that down a little bit. The actual figure itself is all a blue plastic, given the little accessories that are actually on the figure. And obviously the hands and feet. The actual figure itself is all blue with the yellow paint over the top. Like I said, it is a pretty basic book when it comes to a female figure. I'm pretty certain, I can't remember seeing this torso before, this top half of the torso, just because of these little fins. Could be wrong, but obviously we have got a bit of new sculpting as well. Let me just pop the head off. So as you can see, we've got a new piece of sculpting here, so I'm going to assume, for the moment anyway, sound off in the comments below if I'm wrong, that this torso piece here is a new sculpted piece, just because of this like zipper pull, and obviously the collar as well. To me that's completely different. The legs is what we get with a standard female book. The ankles, these little bands, these look to be new as well, just because of the way that it's shaped and sculpted, like belts. As you can see, it goes through the belt buckle as such. It's got a nice little wisp, and then obviously it's the same piece, just flipped upside down on the opposite leg, but also you do get them on the cuffs as well. So that piece there has potentially been used 4 times on one figure, so they're getting the use out of that already. Obviously that just makes up the actual cuff of the gloves. Then we've got a floating belt piece. Again, no paintwork on the belt piece, it is just a solid piece of soft plastic, which just floats on the hips like we've seen with the likes of Rogue. So that just floats there, and again, that to me looks like a new belt, simply because of the shape and the design. As far as I'm aware, I've not seen that on another figure. If I've got that wrong, sound off in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure that that is a new piece. Just going up to the neck itself, as you can see, it is on a standard hinge, so there is a lot of movement in the actual neck piece itself, but obviously with the Polaris hairstyle, you can look forward quite substantially, but going back is a bit of a no-go, just because of obviously the way that the head sculpt. But however, the hair itself, with the way it's sculpted, does not hinder the movement of the head. So Hasbro are getting better at giving us a hairstyle which still looks fantastically good, but gives us a little bit more movement as well. So that's Polaris. Just quickly jumping over to Havok. Stand. The hair isn't too much of a determining factor in terms of obviously getting this to stand up as well. It doesn't throw her off too much. He says trying to balance. There we go. So moving on to Havok, as you can see, we've got a brand new head sculpt for Alex Summers, which is really nice. The hair, should have done something like this with Gambit that we got earlier on in the looks like he's just got a flat head, whereas this, it looks obviously like there is a bit of a head underneath that hair sculpt with the way that the hair is falling. But as you can see, very menacing, handsome look from the rugged Summers boy. Moving down, this jacket here seems to be a new piece. Again, this is something I've not seen before. It does come with like a little push pin at the bottom. It is sculpted, so obviously it returns back to its normal shape. As you can see, we've got the gold X or the yellow X painted on the upper torso, which is all the way through, which is pretty cool. And then that just plugs back into the little hole. There we go. We've got the X Factor logo again on the breast pocket of the like the flight or leather jacket. We've got some blue deco or some blue shaded as such over the back of the jacket. So I think this isn't actually the colour of the jacket, but I would say I'd be more inclined to say that this is probably the way it's being drawn, or it's the way it's been portrayed within the animated series. As you know, with the comic adaptations or the on-screen animated series, they don't want to do a solid colour, they like to put a bit of shading in there, so I'm pretty sure that that's basically what they've done here with the blue across the shoulders. Moving on down, we've got some, this top piece here is a potential reuse, but this bottom piece is all new. Now looking at the promotional shots earlier on the year, the one thing that really did bother me about this Havok was his hands and how small they actually looked. Didn't know if it was small hands or just relatively large forearms, and looking at the figure in hand, I'm going to say that these forearms are just slightly out of proportion, whilst at the same time these hands are nowhere near big enough for Havok, so he does look like he's got little man hands. And I've got a quick fix for that as well, which I'll go through later on. Again, we've got solid blue legs. I'm probably going to put my I'm going to put that on to say that these legs are the same legs, are probably the same colour that we've got with Multiple Man, obviously coming from the same team. They just look like a straight reuse. And then we've got the thigh belts and the boot cuffs, which are the same ones of what have come with Cyclops in the past. So they're just a straight up reuse, and obviously again they'll have been reused on the Love Triangle 3-pack, which we've seen a few reviews online now. UK still yet to receive. Moving on to the back of the legs, nothing new there. Everything we've seen before on a standard figure. It's got a nice bit of weight to him as well, but I think that's down to the jacket. The jacket you probably could remove, just looking at the way that the jacket is. You probably could pull that off, but then obviously you'd be left with the jacket arms. Looking at my particular figure on the paints, I don't think I've got any paint imperfections, and again with the head just looks perfect to me, so I'm pretty happy with that. So now on to a few of the modifications. There's a couple of things that obviously I bought a single Polaris from, like I said, from Toys R Us for a certain reason. That certain reason is a custom for Wolfsbane. I'm just going to throw that up now in terms of what I've seen on Instagram, and then you can see who the artist is as well. So basically you're taking the Polaris body and then you're adding the Wolfsbane head to it. Just to show you how that will fit. So it does sit a little bit high on the neck peg, so some drilling is needed, but obviously like you've seen from the actual custom, which I'll throw up here again, the customizer as such has used the Wolfsbane head on the Polaris body, removed the arms, sculpted the legs, and obviously changed out the feet as well. So for me that's going to be an easy, quick addition to the X Factor team. When I saw it, it was a bit of a no-brainer. Obviously we've got the Wolfsbane on the Danny Moonstar body, but I do also need a bit of an X Factor kit as well. Okay, my second quick modification is on the Havok figure, as we've already identified that his hands do look a little bit small, but if you have got a couple of the black cuffs from Deadpool, or the black cuffs from, let's say, a Cyclops or whatever in terms of your fodder, all I've done is obviously popped out the hands, which is easy enough to do, and then pushed it over the wrist, and then popped the hand back on, just to basically pad out that glove. Now it doesn't look so bad. It does add to the effect of the figure as well. I think that's one thing that maybe Hasbro's forgot to include, as I don't think I've seen the small gloves. I've always seen like a cuff included with an actual glove piece itself. So I just think in this instance it's either been forgotten or it's not been considered, but as you can see, adding that little piece does actually flush out the hands a little bit, and in comparison to the way that the figure looked before, his hands now don't look too much out of proportion. So here we are for a bit of fun, side-by-side comparison of the more modern versions of the Havoc and Polaris. Like I said, we got this guy back in, I think it was the Juggernaut wave. Juggernaut or Warlock, I can't remember off the top of my head. I know we definitely got Polaris in the Warlock wave. She's been part of the little Magneto family since getting the family members, so we did Family Matters 3-pack earlier this year. These two were my stand-ins as such until these guys arrived, but as you can see, in terms of size-wise, the new Havok is actually a lot taller than the previous one. I don't know if he's wearing heels as such, but he's slightly taller, whereas the Polaris is more in line. So we've got those guys, and then we've got the X Factor team as such. So obviously we've got Forge earlier this year. So there's a Forge coming in. We've had Multiple Man. Again, he was another really good addition to the collection. I think I've got about 5 of them now, obviously just for various photographs. Multiple Man's not a multiple man unless you've got multiple figures, so that wasn't a bad addition from Hasbro, because obviously he sold pretty well. Obviously we got the Quicksilver from the Family Matters 3-pack. Got the X Factor mob or X Factor team, and then just for giggles, got a Strong Guy. So this Strong Guy is a custom I've had for a number of years. Let me just adjust the camera. There we go. Coming in to round out the team. What is pretty funny is that the Havoc and Polaris that I've had on the shelf previously were customs from the guy who he actually did me a decent forge prior to this one coming out. He got replaced obviously when the new one from Hasbro came through, but I've had a custom Havok on my shelf for some time. The X Factor gear, his hands are a little bit better size, but again, looking at that, we have got some black cuffs on there. It's not actually, when you look at it, just pop that off. Pop that back in. When you look at the two side by side, it's not actually a bad custom. Probably recycle this guy now in terms of his head and make maybe an angel. I couldn't actually tell you which head sculpt he used, the customizer, Glenn, but he's done a really good job on the Havok. There's actually more stuff on this Havok than there is this, but obviously this being legit, I'm going to have to keep with the trend and obviously keep the Hasbro stuff on my shelf, but I'll probably be listing this for sale in the group or donating it in a prize or something, or just like I say reusing it for bits. So that was the Havok that was been on the shelf for a while. And then I've had a Polaris, which was okay, it's done the job. You can see nice sculpted work on the chest. It's got a bit of a bigger boobs should I say, the belt, I think that's a rogue belt, I'm not too sure. Hands, boot cuffs, but again, looking at the newly released one side by side, the customizer's done a phenomenal job, and that's why I didn't mind paying the fee that he was asking. Once I saw them, I was like, yeah, I need them. And I bought them part of the team, so like I said, Forge came with it and Strong Guy as well.
So yeah, nice little additions, but again, happy to be upgrading to the Hasbro OG or original, and then obviously Strong Guy. So we are getting a Strong Guy builder figure. I think it might be early next year, which then this guy will be replaced. But as you can see, he's done a really good job. The figure is, like I said, it's been on my shelf for about 2 years, which will then be replaced when we get the new upgraded version. But obviously being an X-Men enthusiast or completist, when you see a customizer pumping out customs like that, there's no reason not to get the actual figure itself. So yeah, that's been the Marvel Legends UK review of the Havok and Polaris 2-pack. In my opinion, it's definitely worth getting. If you can, and you want to do a Wolfsbane custom, or you want a Wolfsbane added to the X Factor team, it might be worth just heading over to Toys R Us to see if they've actually got any single Polarises left. I don't imagine this 2-pack selling out over here in the UK, simply because it is quite a niche team, and unless you were collecting everything to do with X-Men, chances are it's probably still going to be on the shelves for a few months. So if you've not managed to pre-order or pick it up as of yet, don't worry, I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty. That's everything from me. Thank you very much for sticking to the review for this long. If you've made it this long, keep safe, keep collecting, and here's to the next review. Take care, bye bye.